What's up, guys, and welcome to another episode of the Young Moguls podcast, where we keep it real, relatable, and super motivational. It's your girl, Reagan.
And it's your boy, Real MJ Hill. And look, family, today we got our boy, Brandon Williams. Y'all, I'm talking a very inspirational voice of the youth, a very powerful and impactful motivational speaker. Y'all, I know he's gonna bring a lot of gems to y'all, a lot of motivation, a lot of inspiration. So I can't wait for y'all to hear what he got to say. But Brandon, you know what I'm saying? Just to get it started off, just tell them, tell the audience a little bit about yourself.
Listen, man, guys, right now I'm 17, a motivational speaker. I go to different teams, I go to different schools, and I just provide them with a sense of motivation, provide them with a sense of hope. And that's kind of what I've been doing for the past 2 years now. So It's been a blessing and amazing opportunities. And I can't wait to see what else God has in plan for me. And definitely it's really cool. And a big shout out to Reagan and Marquise, because oh my goodness, man, it's something else when you have two of some top to your heads collide. It's something else. Definitely thank you guys for this opportunity.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for coming on. Yeah, it's awesome to have you on, because I actually found out who you are through Marquise. I think it was when you came on the live. And so thereafter I had followed you and I checked out your page, and all your stuff started coming onto my timeline. And I'm like, oh my gosh, this guy is he's good. He's really, really good. And you have those videos made and everything. And your motivational videos, they just completely coincide with my message and what I'm trying to get out there. So I was like, we definitely have to have you on there. And after having the conversation with you on the live, I'm like, oh my gosh, this dude is absolutely amazing. So thank you for coming on. And definitely. I'm so excited for today's conversation.
Definitely.
No, facts. And Brandon, one thing that I want to ask you, as a motivational speaker, we all have different things that we speak on, different things that, come to us more easily because of our life experiences, right? What do you think is your message that you're really trying to get out there, you know what I'm saying, and really trying to put out there into the youth, man?
Well, my message is simple. My message is simply that just allowing yourself to fail and, and allowing yourself to fail over and over and over again, and using that failure not to bring you down, not to take you to those pits of depression, and using those failures as almost like building blocks to take you to another level or to take you to higher places. Because once you have that in your mind, you're just okay, I'm not afraid of failure. I want to fail more now, because the more I fail, the better I'm gonna get. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I've been preaching and speaking on for 2 years now. So definitely.
Yeah. Wow, that's absolutely amazing. I think that's one of the most important things, the most critical things of your life, honestly, knowing that failure is okay. And it's actually encouraged, because in failure, you make mistakes, and in mistakes, you have learning experiences. And there's no way you can grow or get better or succeed at whatever you're trying to do if you don't have any learning experiences, or learn what you did wrong, or learn how you can be better. So I absolutely agree. I love that. You said that you have been talking about it for the past 2 years. That would probably be when you were 15.
Yeah.
So what exactly got you started or inspired to become a motivational speaker and speak to the audience that you have?
Okay, so basically, there was this event, there was this emphasis week where my school basically just called up students to speak for about 20 minutes. And I had my eye on it. It's something that I didn't really want to do, you know what I'm saying? But I just kept it in the corner of my eye, you know what I'm saying? So I don't know what pressed me. That's the thing. I don't know what pressed me, but one day signed up for it, got it out the way. I was just I'm gonna sign up for it. For better or for worse, I'm just gonna do this because screw it. You know what I'm saying? I'm one of those kids where it's just I'm gonna try, even if I fail, I'm just gonna give it a shot. You know, so I signed up for it, in front of 500 kids. So the day comes and I've been prepping for it for I didn't really prep for it. You know what I'm saying? I prepped for it for maybe a week, and then it was go time. So I prepped for a week, and then I went up there and I did my thing for about 20 minutes. And I'm not gonna lie, it probably wasn't the best speech ever, but I would say that it was the amount of support that I got and the amount of love that I got afterwards. I had nurses, I had families coming up to me, and they were crying and stuff like that, talking about your message. I'm just what? I'm saying I just did this for fun. I just do this for whatever. And I seen some fruits come from it. So I'm just yo, bet. So I went to the bathroom after, and I'm just laughing. I'm just yo, ain't no way. You know what I'm saying? So I go home and I'm just yo, Pops, I think I found my thing. You know what I'm saying? So ever since then, I was just all right, bet. Where do we start? So I was just all right, bet, basketball team. Basketball team? All right, let's go. Basketball team, soccer team, volleyball team. I'm just like, all right, let's get it rolling. Let's get it rolling. So ever since then, like, it's just been a sense of urgency because, like, I don't know, like, no days to waste, you know? So, like, yeah.
Yeah. No, that's a dope story, man. I don't think speaking in front of 500 people would be my first goal. You know what I'm saying? Like if I wanted to get into it,
Yeah.
you feel me? Like 500, that's a lot of people. Like
Yeah.
even I think my first real one was probably actually in front of Trent Shelton team. And it was like, let's say, well, no, it was in front of 8th grade. My first like bigger one, because it was in front of him, was like a football team. That was probably like maybe 18 to 20 kids. You just said 500. That's huge, bro. But that's so dope though, because it's like you just took that step and like you really like found your purpose and like your true meaning. You know, like you found your thing. And like I think like that's the biggest thing, man. When you just like step outside your comfort zone, you just go try things. Like you find whatever your thing is. Like for you, it's stuck. Like speaking, you found like that was your go-to. Do you think that was always something that you had in you? Like speaking, like that leadership type of mentality?
I mean, like for me, like my parents always told me like that they can never really get me to stop talking and stuff like that. So like immediately off the bat, I knew I was going to be doing something with talking or something with opening up my mouth, whether that's a newscaster, whether that's, you know, like acting, whatever involves me opening up my mouth, that's going to happen. So honestly, like, bro, like it was legit just me being willing and having that willing spirit to try something, just to try something new, that it just fell into my arms. I'm just like, all right, bet. Because like I'm sure for you too, you know what I'm saying? Like I know both of you guys can't keep your mouth shut. You know what I'm saying? Like you guys constantly, you know what I'm saying, have to be spitting out fire, constantly have to be spitting out motivation. Like Marquise, every single day, you were saying that was motivational content. Same thing with you, Reagan. It's just like, yo, we can't shut up. You know what I'm saying? So like we definitely finna be doing some where our mouths keep on going. So like that was kind of what it was for me. And I knew it. I had a sense, but I just didn't know how I was gonna be opening up my mouth.
Yeah, like my parents literally told me the same thing. Like when I asked them what they thought I was going to be when I was younger, they were like, you were either going to be somebody that talks, a news broadcaster, a journalist, somebody on the red carpet, something like that. And for a minute, they thought I was going to be a journalist because when I would talk, I would always walk around with like a notebook and a piece of paper and interview people, which I don't actually remember. But yeah, that's very, very similar to me. But one thing that caught my ear, something that you said was, when you started speaking, you had a sense of urgency when you did it. And I think that's very special because a lot of people don't find that as young as we do. And when you do, I think it's very important to grasp it, hold on to it, and to take action and to do it. But the only way you were able to do that is because you took a step outside of your comfort zone. And I know, Marquise, you touched on this a little bit, but I think that's very, very important, especially when you're talking about the importance of failing in order to find your success and in order to find what you truly love to do. You've got to step outside your comfort zone. And I mean, it's going to be very rare that you find something within your everyday tasks that you truly, genuinely love to do. You got to go out there and do something different. And when you do, you'll find something that you truly love to do. So I just wanted to highlight that. I love that.
Yeah, no, that's real. And Brandon, like when you got into motivational speaking, started speaking to these different teams, you know what I'm saying, the basketball teams, these different schools, like what was something that you wish you knew before you got into it, you know what I'm saying, that you know now?
One thing I would say that people are watching me off stage as much as they're watching me when I speak, in a way that, you know, I can't talk and put on a certain front and then get off stage and then live any other kind of way. You know what I'm saying? Like you have to like fully gorge yourself in it. So if you're finna be 120 in it, you got to give me 120 in every single area of your life. Don't just give me 120 when you're going up on stage, when you're in front of people, basically. You know what I'm saying? Like, let me see how you act when no one's there. So like the biggest part for me is just like being true to who you are on and off the stage. You know what I'm saying? And like, yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. I think it's very important to live who you are, not just, and I guess there's a certain extent to where you kind of turn it up a little bit when you get in front of a crowd of people. But I feel like who you like present yourself to be is who you should be in your real life. You can ask my closest friends when they need advice on something. Here she comes. She comes out, not her closet, but she's always there, hiding back behind big personality Reagan. I'm always willing to give advice and to help people through situations and to give them motivation on certain aspects of their life. And so sometimes my friends will joke with me and they'll tell me, Reagan, it sounds like you're preaching again. And I'm like, guys, I have this fire inside of me that I have to share with you because this is my job. This is what I do.
Yeah.
Love to do. So I have to share with you guys, because what does that say about me if I go and I share it with thousands of people online, but I can't even share it with my people at home? And that's one thing that I got too, that my parents taught me. My parents are like, Reagan, you can't go out to all these other states and hopefully country soon and preach what you have a desire to do if you don't even do it in your own hometown. So build your hometown up first. And I'm like, wow, that completely makes sense. Build up Youngstown, build up Ohio, because these are the people that you grew up with, the people that you see on a daily basis. This is your hometown. And so having you come from a hometown like this, like, that's something that I truly cherish. And I love when famous people go back to their hometowns and they build them up and they make them known and they make them better and do something to better something in there. But after all that, I did want to ask you, your main message is about not being afraid to fail. So I want to ask you, what have been your lowest points in your career, or like what's been your lowest point so far as in failure?
I would say probably my lowest point was probably coming into high school.
Okay.
That was probably like my lowest point in terms of like, as far as like my speaking and everything, because, like my parents, they were separating at that time. And, just trying to go through switching homes and just like getting used to like my new reality, you know what I'm saying? At the same time, missing that family, being together and going to do 2 separate homes and everything, and still having to like go out there and speak, put a front on, put a smile on your face, even though, you know what I'm saying, like behind closed doors, it was like hell on earth, you know what I'm saying? So like, I would say that was probably the hardest part, but like, you know what they say, time always heals, you know what I'm saying? So like, as time went on and like, it just got better day by day. So, I would say that was definitely the low moments, but one thing that I've definitely learned from the low moments is the low moments really make who you are, you know what I'm saying? Because like, now that I've been through that, now that I've been through everything that I've been through, you know what I'm saying? I've been through a lot more, you know what I'm saying? But like, everything that I've been through has just made me who I am today. You know what I'm saying? And like, even like with heartbreak, with like depression, like even with any of it, you know what I'm saying? You get your heart broken, you know what I'm saying? After the heartbreak, you a stronger person. You know what I'm saying? So like, yeah, definitely.
So what pushed you through that though? You know what I'm saying? Cause I had to deal with like something like really similar. You know what I'm saying? My parents like splitting up. And I know for me, like it was a little difficult. You know what I'm saying? Like they was already split up when I was younger, and then when they got back together, it was like, oh yeah, they back together, let's get it. And then they split up again, and it was like, dang.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? So it was like a part of me in that time just wasn't feeling it like that. You know what I mean? So like, what helped you through it?
Yeah. I would say, just the support of like my siblings, the support of my family, because even though it was really tough, you know what I'm saying? Even though it was like super hard, I always had my family to fall back on, you know what I'm saying? I always had a shoulder to cry on. And like, that's something that I realized that not a lot of people have, you know what I'm saying? Like being able to be vulnerable with my family as to like where I am, you know what I'm saying? And just like having those conversations that we don't want to have, you know what I'm saying? But getting them out the way, you know what I'm saying? Because like, and like really just venting out to my family and not letting stuff like build up inside of me. Because then once it builds up inside of me, then that's just going to be hell on earth for everybody in the house. So like legit, just like having that place to go to and just, I would say just talking to my family and just, just being real transparent with them.
Yeah, absolutely. Having a support system. I'm sorry, what were you going to say, Marcus?
No, and I was just going to say that's really huge. Like the point that you made of just being vulnerable and open and talking, like that was probably one of the biggest things that helped me, you know what I'm saying, through that time. Like I talked to a lot of my friends that deal with similar things. You feel me? I even talk to my parents sometimes, like, and I talk to them about like, why, like what happened, you know what I'm saying? And just having that open dialogue, you kind of get a different perspective. And one thing that I realized, you know what I'm saying, for all my people that, that have, their parents split, like it can be really difficult, but like the mindset switch that I had was, man, it's not really all about you. You know what I'm saying? Like I thought at that time, it was like, dang, bro, like it's really hurting me. But then when I thought about the relationship, when you're in a relationship, whether it's a friendship or a girlfriend, boyfriend, you know what I'm saying? If it's hurting you, and it's not adding value to your life, then of course you're not going to want to stay in it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So when it came to that, I had to kind of look at it from a different lens and be like, man, if their relationship wasn't going right, I don't want them to stay together and hurt each other more and more and more. You know what I'm saying? I want them to go out and find happiness, you know what I'm saying, in their own way. You feel me? So like you just gotta really, you know, being vulnerable and talking about it and, you know, having those conversations, it opens up your perspective and it allows you to handle situations in a different manner.
Yeah. And the thing that I learned about myself was that I didn't really like having those conversations. And still a part of me today doesn't like having those conversations because it kind of takes you to a place of discomfort, you know what I'm saying? Because like those type of conversations people don't have every day, you know what I'm saying? It's kind of just like sharing stuff that you just have in your thoughts, you know what I'm saying? And open them up to another person. And like, that's sometimes hard, which is why we have like a lot of depressed kids, you know what I'm saying? Because ain't nobody want to open up, you know what I'm saying? They just want to bottle up all their emotions. Nobody knows what I'm going through. And the thing is, when you release the stuff you're going through, you actually see how many other people are in your exact same shoes. And that's what I was able to do.
Yep, absolutely. I definitely relate to that. Not my parents they're still married, so I haven't had any experience with my parents separating, but I definitely have experience with being very independent. I am not one to share at all. I'm more one to give advice and to listen to other people rather than people listen to me. So it's very uncomfortable for me, and I don't like doing it unless I'm very close to some people. But that's something that I had been working on this year. I have a very tight-knit group of people that I only share with. And it's honestly been very therapeutic for me because being able to share and get advice from other people and just having a conversation with them, like I truly understood the depth of a conversation and how healing it really is. Yeah. Because when you're able to conversate with people back and forth about a problem you may have in your life, even though it may not solve it, it may help you, if that makes sense. But I did want to ask you, I get very excited about being a motivational speaker and being able to travel and just thinking about all the dreams and goals and the realities that I want to have. What's one of your biggest goals right now?
My biggest goal, I would say one of my biggest goal is, I don't really share this with a lot of people, but I'm actually shooting a lot of projects. And when I say projects, I'm shooting like professional videos, like motivational videos. That's why I really haven't been active on any of my social medias, because like I've just taken the time. I was just like, bet I'm going to focus on this. So I would say my biggest goal is to just provide a sense of like a new sense of motivation, you know what I'm saying, through like professional videos and stuff like that. And of course, still posting like my speeches, but like I want to deliver motivation how you see music videos, you know what I'm saying? So that's what I've been working on for like the past month, you know? So that's one of my main goals right now. And I would say like another one is just like, I don't really have no, that's the main. That's the main.
Awesome. For sure. Focused on that. No, I love that, bro. And I think you know, one thing that you mentioned, taking a break off social media, focusing on your project. Like one thing that I think a lot of people get confused when they don't post or they're not active on Instagram or social media, whatever it is, they feel like, oh, I'm not being productive, right? Yo, just because you're not showing it to the world doesn't mean work isn't being done behind closed doors. You know what I'm saying? So don't discredit yourself at all. Like Brandon's doing. He's taking time off of social media. He working behind closed doors, and when he come back, he blowing up. You know what I'm saying? Like that's how it goes. Like if you have to take a break and just to really lock in and focus, do that. Don't think you got to be on social media 24/7. You know what I'm saying? Doing things 24/7 and feel like you're being unproductive. Don't think you got to do that. Like if you got to take a break, really lock in and get back productive. You got to do that for yourself.
Yeah, definitely. Absolutely. And sometimes being productive, sometimes it can be doing nothing, because you have to be able to take care of yourself in order to do those things that we socialize with being productive. I honestly think self-care is productive too, because like I said, if you don't care about yourself or you don't give yourself the proper care, how do you expect yourself to make those things that you have a desire to do your top priority? And to get those things done and to be successful in those things, they need to be your top priority. But you can't do it unless you got yourself straight. Like get your head straight. Go to sleep, spend a couple days sleep just contemplating things about life. Do you have a prayer life? Do you have a meditating life? What do you do to be one and true with yourself and knowing that you're truly ready for the world and what you're about to accomplish?
Yeah, definitely. That's real. Self-care is huge. Like that's been huge for me lately. Like I know for me, when I'm like really taking care, you know what I'm saying, of myself, of my mind, man, just the way I move, how I talk, how I interact with other people is so it's amazing. Like just seeing you know, me taking care of me, it allows me, you know, give a different type of energy to other people. Like if I'm not good, I'm telling you, my energy is gonna be off. I'm not gonna give the same to anybody else. But when I'm taking the time to show care to myself, to like learn different things, like I've been reading a lot of books lately. Like I've been actually sitting down. I don't read. I listen to audiobooks. Let me clarify that. I'm not
Yeah.
really a sit down and read type of person. I'm more of an audiobook type of person. But just sitting there and like reading these audiobooks, like just learning new things, getting different perspectives. Yo, when you take some time to just educate yourself, take care of yourself, the way you carry yourself from that point forward, I'm telling you, it's gonna be different.
Yeah. The way you think, the way you interact with other people, your responses with other people, it's completely different. The way you wake up in the morning, the way you carry yourself out through the day. And you really don't understand that until you start pouring into yourself more, because I guess I kind of understood it from a certain perspective of self-care is kind of a part of my message and what I talk about, but not necessarily until you do it. It wasn't until I started listening to audiobooks about the first thing you should do when you wake up in the morning, the last thing you should do at night, what you should do throughout the day, how you should handle yourself and handle your business and handle everything if you're a busy person in life, that I really didn't understand, but I understand now. And the way that I respond to stressful situations or have conversations with people or who I am just to myself, honestly, is completely different. And it's more calm, and it's more peaceful, and it's more loving and happy. And so, yeah, that's what I wanted to add on to say to that.
Yeah, no, most definitely. And Brandon, like if you had, you know, just like, let me see. If you had one thing, like say you got an opportunity to go speak at a school, you know what I'm saying? You got 5 minutes, you feel me, to deliver this message. Like what do you think that would be for you?
5 minutes. Oh
Like
my goodness.
gotta
I would
get in and
probably
out of
go
there.
to in and out of there. So I'll probably go to the my sophomore year I played on the basketball team and I got kicked off the basketball team because of my grades. You know what I'm saying? And I played one game of basketball, and right after the game, you know, I get a call from my mom. You know what I'm saying? I pick up the phone call from my mom. She's screaming at me on the phone. I'm just like, yo, mom, what's up? Why are you on the court, son? Why are you on the court? You know what I'm saying? Your grades look like this. And I'm just like, oh, shoot. You know what I'm saying? And like me then, I was kind of just like, I don't really care. But like, you know, I had to change something. You know what I'm saying? After that, I never picked up a basketball again, and I never played high school, varsity, whatever it was. You know what I'm saying? And when I got back to school that year, you know what I'm saying? Or when I got back to school that next day, the next semester, I was on the honor roll for that semester, and I was on the honor roll for the rest of the year. You know what I'm saying? And I would say the biggest thing, well, in terms of like a message, I feel like that would just be like, you know, just like being not afraid to make mistakes. You know what I'm saying? Because you're gonna make mistakes, you're gonna fail, you're gonna make some dumb decisions. You know what I'm saying? Like we're kids, you know what I'm saying? Like everyone's gonna make some stupid choices, but like how you carry yourself after that, like what are you gonna do when you hit rock bottom? Everybody's gonna hit rock bottom. Everybody's gonna have some not go their way. But what do you do when life is not responding the way you want it to do, or the way you want it to respond? So like, yeah, I would say that would be like probably like my go-to spill.
Wow. I love that. I also do want to ask you, have you had like a this is it moment for you whenever you've been speaking in front of someone, or you've had somebody come up to you telling you about how they heard about you or anything like that just really made you decide this is it, this is what I want to do?
I would say probably when I went down to Oakwood and I saw ET speak and everything. And then afterwards, I was talking with him for like a solid like 5-10 minutes. And, you know, I was showing him some of my stuff and I was showing him what I did and everything. And he was like really impressed. I was like, bruh, you know what I'm saying? So we exchanged numbers, and right then and there, I was just like, all right, bet, you know what I'm saying? It's for real now. It's like for real. So I would say that's my one moment, and my other moment with Ink, exchange with Ink, but like, yeah, just meeting with some of the top heads and them approving of me. I know Marquise knows because Marquise was there at that conference with Ink and everything. But like, yeah, low, you know what I'm saying? But no, but like just like getting that, like it's like sort of like respect from like the goats of like what you do. That's when it's just like, all right, bet. Let's get into it. So yeah.
Wow.
I'm telling you, like the hard work, it starts to pay off. Like in Brandon, like you were saying, how we met at the conference, like just putting yourself in the right environments pays off too. Like I saw, I knew I have a list over there by the side of my bed. It's got a list of all the people that I want to meet one day, right? Like I knew there's a lot of people on
Yeah.
that list that was gonna be at this conference, so I made sure I got there. You know what I'm saying? And when I got there, like just experiencing the different speakers and just connected with a lot of different people. Like when I connected with Brandon, got to see some of his like content, different things that he spoke on. Like you just learn a lot. You know what I'm saying? So I think
Yeah.
it's so important for us to, you know what I'm saying, just position yourself in the right room, put yourself in the right place. Like that's one of the biggest things, man. I would have never met Brandon if I would have never went to that conference. I would have never got a chance
Yeah.
to meet Ink in person if I didn't go to that conference. You know what I'm saying? So you just got to really
Yeah.
put yourself in those right positions and position yourself in the right way. And man, great things come out of it. Like beautiful things come out of it, man. This
Yeah.
podcast came out of it. You know what I'm saying? So man, put yourself in the right rooms. That's one of the biggest things for me.
Yeah, honestly, it's just about getting in the room. Like it does not matter how you
Right.
get in the room. The first
Yeah,
time I met Lisa Nichols, or when I got into the conference, I actually emailed her team. The tickets were like $1,000, I think, and for two people, because I need to take my mom. I was only like 13 at the time. Um, it was like it would have been $2,000. And so I was like, I don't have that kind of money right now. And I know my mom's
right.
not trying to pay either. If she would pay for her, cool. But $2,000, for a 3-day conference, that's a lot. So we had emailed her team to figure out if there's any way that they accept volunteers. And, thinking about it now, it actually kind of sounds like insane. Because what was I going to do at 13 years old in an adult conference? But
Right.
it's the fact that I got out of my comfort zone
Yeah.
and asked. Because if I didn't ask, there's no way I would have been where I am today. But I
Yeah.
asked, I emailed the team, and they ended up comping our entire trip. We got it entirely for free.
Wow.
They flew us out there. And I got to be a part of the conference as a student. And all these other students were adults. So I'm sitting in this room full of like 20, 30, 40-year-olds, 50-year-olds, just
Yeah.
listening to Lisa Nichols teach. And I was
Mm.
just absolutely amazed at how stepping out of my comfort zone got me. Where it got me in that room. And once I got in that room, there was nothing that could ever stop me. Because now I'm listening to who I need to listen to. I'm in this room full of potential people that I could help motivate, could be my audience, could be people that I could work with in the future. And so that's what I ended up doing. I ended up networking. I ended up building connections with all of those people. And do you not know that 2 years later, I was on that same stage in front of that
Wow.
group of people,
Wow.
talking to them, inspiring them. And I paid for those tickets because, I had to get back. But the third year, this was 2019, I believe it was right before COVID. And Lisa Nichols called me up out of the audience and she put me on stage. I wasn't even supposed to be in this because these were for her students, the people that paid thousands of dollars to be a part of her master's program. And so she ended up calling me on stage because of a question that I asked. I forget what the question was, but I asked a question and she called me up on stage and I pitched one of the things that she had been teaching us, like getting together a 2-minute speech to pitch to people because you got to be able to say it like that. And
Right.
I ended up doing in front of everybody, use her techniques. And I built so many connections from that. I networked so much from that. And it's only because I stepped out of my comfort zone to send that, which is still crazy to me to this day, that email. I'm surprised that they even let me do it. But it's the fact that I stepped out of my comfort zone. And you got to be okay with that because that's how you're going to succeed. That's how you're going to find success.
Facts. And Brandon, what made you go to that conference? Like I want to ask you that, like what made you get your ticket to go to that conference?
Bruh, so like this is crazy, but like originally, like I didn't even really want to go. You know what I'm saying? I would say that it was my dad, my pops. He was just like, B, you know what I'm saying? There's gonna be some of the top motivational speakers here. You know what I'm saying? I don't care if you want to go, I'm finna jog your behind here. You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
And I love the man for that. To say I love him, you know what I'm saying? Like legit, because like so many good things came out of it. You know what I'm saying? Now it's just like, where's the next conference at? You know what I'm saying? So like definitely.
Yeah.
No,
I can
that's
definitely
pretty
relate
dope.
to that. My mom is that person for me. I don't know about you, Marquise. I feel like your dad is that person for you, but I know that my mom, she is definitely that person for me. She has dragged me to so many events. Like when I first started motivational speaking, I wasn't even like supposed to do it. I had just written my book. I was supposed to go share my book with schools, and she said yes. I was like, "You said yes to what?" And so they asked me to come speak to the kids at the school, and I was like, "I don't. What am I supposed to say? I have to put together a presentation and everything. Like, huh?" And so I ended up putting it together and she got me there. She drove me there. She drove me everything. My mom's always with me everywhere I go. But we ended up getting there. I was in front of the kids and I was so scared. Like I was so nervous, but I ended up doing it. And the kids came up to me afterwards. I believe it was like a group of 8 to 10 kids. And they came up to me afterwards and they were like, I want to be an author. I want to be an artist. I want to be a motivational speaker. I want to be an astronaut. I want to be a YouTuber. I want to be, and I was like, wow, oh my goodness. And I was just so grateful to my mom for that, because I wouldn't have been where I am without her. So I'm so grateful to her. But get what you mean about parents, because they will definitely push you to be great.
Yeah, nice.
Definitely.
What was you gonna say, Brandon?
Oh, I was gonna say, like, really quickly, like when you said that you were like nervous, like right before, like Reagan, like there's been so many times, like I say this all the time, like legit, like for me, like I've went up on stage and I've embarrassed myself so many times, like I've embarrassed myself so many times. I have it on recording too. I don't ever look at the recordings, but I have recordings. You know what I'm saying?
Fair.
Like I have every single one of them. I've gotten laughed at while I was on stage. Like I've gotten like the full spill. You know what I'm saying? And like, you know, just going up there in spite of your feeling. That's when you know, like going to a place of discomfort. You know what I'm saying? Making that place of discomfort your comfort zone. Like, oh my goodness, like it's hard, but once you get in that zone, it's beautiful. So like I just wanted to comment on that.
Yeah, I mean, like I don't know how you guys did your schools like as your first time. I absolutely don't know how, because I did a couple schools before I did my school. I maybe did like 3 or 4 schools before I did my school, but I ended up speaking to my entire school. I was in middle school at the time, so 6th, 7th, and 8th grade. And when I did my grade, I think I was in 7. I was like, wow, oh my gosh, this is completely different. It's not just uncomfortable. That is scary and intimidating to be speaking in front of your peers. I've been growing up with those people since 1st grade at Linkford. So I know them. Those were my teachers, my principals. That is so difficult and it's so hard. But because of that, it helped me to grow in so many ways. And it helped me to realize many different things that I need to work on, what I did best, what I did amazing at, and what I did really bad at. Because I did embarrass myself. The kids told me to take up like 30 minutes or 45 minutes of the time because they didn't want to get back to class. I ended up doing it, but I didn't do it on purpose. I did it because I was nervous and I was rambling.
Yeah.
But I told them that I did it on purpose because I wanted them to think I knew what I was doing, but I didn't. Right. I absolutely didn't. So that's my embarrassing story with that.
Yeah, most definitely, man.
Marquise, you got any embarrassing stories?
Of course. And y'all, just to give y'all a heads up, we got 6 minutes, so I'm gonna make this quick, and then we're gonna get into, you know what I'm saying, the key to being a young mogul. But like my biggest embarrassing story, and I strive to make sure this never happens again. I had a virtual call with this group of 3rd graders, pretty sure it's 3rd grade. And yeah, man, I got on this call. I didn't prepare for it though. I got on it and I literally, for one, I was stuttering a lot throughout the speech. And then I literally repeated, you all are amazing. You all are great, like 8 times in a row. Y'all, it was horrible. It was like a bad dream. I'm like, yo, I can hear myself saying this, but I'm like, yo, I can't stop. Like it was bad. And look, let me give y'all a picture too. Let me give y'all a picture. My dad is in the passenger seat because, mind you, I have to do this in a car because we forgot the time it was at. So I'm doing this in a car. My dad is in the passenger seat, not the passenger, the driver's seat, recording. And he sees me jacking this up. And I'm looking at him, I'm like, yo, when we get done, it was just like, man, I sold the bag. I did horrible. He was like, yeah, you did, bro. I was like, I know. And from that point forward, though, he was like, bro, you just got to make sure you prepare more. Like, be prepared when every opportunity. So now when every opportunity comes, like, I'm never perfect. There's always room for improvement for me. But like every time I get up, I know I'm ready and I know I'm confident, you know what I'm saying, and ready to go because I prepare so much. And even if I mess up, like I'm getting to the point where, you know what I'm saying, I know how to catch myself and I'm just continuing to learn just to keep going. Like you just got to keep going. You just got to find your point again or go to a whole nother point and just keep going as a speaker. Like don't let the crowd like see that you messed up because then it's like a weakness. Like you powerful. You on the stage. Like you know what I'm saying? You gotta own it. That's the biggest thing. But yeah, that's my what's it called, embarrassing story. But yeah, Brandon, before this time runs out, man, what's one key to being a young mogul?
Wait, repeat that one more time. I didn't hear you.
What's your one key to being a young mogul?
Young mogul. My one key to being young. Man, to get your butt up and make it happen. You know what I'm saying? Like, because like, because like legit, you know what I'm saying? Like, you can like, I've met a lot of talkers, you know what I'm saying? They just want to like talk about what they're gonna do. Like every time you see them, oh, I'm gonna lose weight in 2019, oh, I'm gonna lose weight next year. And then they just keep on pushing it back. So like, I would say getting your butt up and making it happen, because like when you get your butt up and make it happen, you fail. And once you fail, you learn. And once you learn, you get better. And once you get better, you know what I'm saying? Now you're at a whole nother level because you just got your butt up. You know what I'm saying? It's simple. Just get your butt up and be willing to fail. That's it.
Well, that's gonna be a beautiful title. That's gonna be a beautiful title.
I was about to say that's gonna be the title.
Yeah.
Get your butt up and
get your butt up.
Get your butt up and make it happen. And that's gonna be a beautiful title. But yo, Brandon, what's it called? Where can we find you on social media? Where can everybody find you?
You guys can find me at I Am Motivation, and yeah, that's what I am on everything: YouTube, Instagram, Facebook. Just I Am Motivation, and you should be able to find me there.
I already know. Okay. Hey, we gonna have every link to Brandon's IG. Are you on like Twitter, TikTok, whatever social media Brandon got? He's gonna be in the description.
Definitely.
You know what I'm saying? So y'all can connect with him, so y'all can see his content. And when he drops all of these, you know what I'm saying, highly produced music video, motivational videos, y'all will see all that. So look, Brandon, I just want to say, bro, I appreciate you for coming on, bro. I really do. We appreciate, you know what I'm saying, just the time you spent with us, the motivation and the gems you drop. We appreciate you, bro.
Definitely. I appreciate you guys for having me.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you so much for coming on. We appreciate it so much. This was a wonderful episode. It was awesome talking with you, conversating with you back and forth, because you know we all do the same thing. Like a lot of the times we have moguls on here that do different things and are moguls in their own field, but we're all moguls in the motivational field. And I love that, being able to conversate with somebody that does exactly what I do. So thank you so much for coming on here. Once again, we loved having you on here. That is the end of the episode. Marquise, you want to close us out?
Man, young moguls, y'all already know the vibes, man. We'll see y'all next Sunday. We love y'all. We appreciate y'all. Let's get it, man.
Bye.
Get your butt up.
All right,